We begin tonight with breaking news out of Aurora, a crash involving an RTD bus, somebody on a bike, and 2 other vehicles. Everyone is expected to survive. This happened at 12th and Havana shortly after 8. The cyclist is the most seriously hurt. There was 1 minor injury on the bus, 4 minor injuries to people in other cars. Police are not yet saying what caused this crash. Havana's closed between 13th and Del Mar Parkway. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Kyle Clark. Large search for 2 people across Wheat Ridge and Westminster is over tonight, with 1 person detained, the other still on the loose. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj joins us after she's getting an update from Westie Police. Shalima?
That's right. That update came in just a few moments before we hit the airwaves, and we are here at West 44th and Kipling, and this is eventually where that pursuit wound up, just behind us at the corner of the intersection in front of one of the auto shops. Now, we received that report from Westminster Police. They say that just before 5:30 today, they ended up getting a report of a felony menacing kidnapping in the area of 77th Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard. They say that someone called 911. They reported seeing a person pointing a gun at another person before they left in a vehicle together. Now, officers were able to track down a vehicle matching that description a short distance away, but when they tried to stop that vehicle, they say that a pursuit ended up resulting. That vehicle took off, and so that took them to a number of different areas, eventually here into Wheat Ridge, and they say that they were able to track down the female passenger. They're still working to track down the driver of that vehicle. This incident is believed to be isolated, and we're told by Westminster Police that there appears to be no threat to the public. So again, a pursuit going from one place to the other, eventually winding up here at this intersection. We did, earlier on see a vehicle, a white SUV that appeared to be blocked in by police. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this story and try to find as many details as we can, and we'll bring those to you right here on 9 News. Live in Wheat Ridge, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
Here we are, last weekend of September, and it could be the last weekend to really see peak fall colors. Good news is weather's shaping up to be nice and warm for anybody with outdoor plans, but Corey Reppenhagen got to move fast.
Yeah, there will be a few afternoon showers, particularly on Sunday. So tomorrow's window, a little bit longer. Sunday, you kind of got to get it wrapped up probably by noon, 1 o'clock. But we're going to have a really nice day tomorrow, kind of like what we saw today. These were the reported high temperatures across the state, just absolutely gorgeous across most of the state here. Only the southwest part of Colorado really got hindered by any bit of rainfall, but the mountain passes were just great today. Here's what your day looks like tomorrow in Denver. We'll probably get about 2 feet of sunshine as we go through the morning and afternoon hours. A little bit of an adjustment there, but we'll still see with a high temperature of 79 degrees. Here is the forecast high temperatures across the rest of the region. Just looking like an absolutely beautiful day for your Saturday. And the next 3 days really look pretty decent here. Tomorrow, real nice conditions. We've got some isolated storms coming on Sunday and Monday. Should be done before the Broncos game, however. I'll give you more details about those showers coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Students were sent home early from a charter school in Brighton today after someone found a bullet in a school hallway. Brighton police said it was live ammunition, but after sweeping the school, they never found a gun, and everyone's okay. As police investigate what happened, families say their nerves are frayed. Our Jennifer Meckles reports from Brighton.
Here's the good news. Everyone is physically okay in Brighton tonight after police say a live bullet was found in a middle school hallway at Bromley East Charter School. No details yet on how it got there or who found it. But on the heels of the shooting in Evergreen 2 weeks ago, and after years of lockdown drills and early releases and false alarms, today was a reminder that the kids and the parents in Colorado are not okay.
See you guys.
The Brighton police car was just one sign that this Friday's school release at Bromley East Charter was not a normal dismissal.
I have a 7th grader and she has a 6th grader.
Sisters Jen and Jessica each have a child in school at Bromley.
So we got one this morning, a text message saying that the school was on a hold. No other information, that they would let us know when it was lifted.
Not a lockdown, but still an alert.
In the email is that they found live ammunition in the middle school hallway, that they were doing a secure pickup, bring your ID, and that students would only be released to parents and emergency contacts.
Brighton police say they found no evidence of an active threat Friday. Parents lined up to wait for their kids, frustrated by delays and communication, but also grateful, considering it's been a really tough month in Colorado.
It was scary, for sure, especially when we got here, because there's parents everywhere, there's parents crying. Nobody really knew what was going on. And it's always, you hear parents saying, you kind of overlook it until it happens to you, and that's true. And that's what I told her. I'm just glad that we're picking our kids up in this circumstance compared to the tragedy that happened at Evergreen.
Jen and Jessica expect some hard conversations with their kids, but it's not just the kids who are struggling.
On a daily basis, we worry about sending our kids to school. So with everything that's happening lately, it is definitely more scary. But then to get this call today, it's definitely more eye-opening whether or not we want to continue to send our kids or not.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's not clear tonight if someone brought that bullet to school on purpose or if this was some kind of an accident or a misunderstanding. Brighton police tell us they're still investigating. Parents shared with me that today's dismissal process and the communication was all pretty chaotic. We've been trying to reach administrators at Bromley to ask some follow-up questions, but have been unable to reach them tonight. Reporting in Brighton, Jennifer Meckles, 9 News.
Aurora Police Chief Todd Chamberlain shared new details today about a deadly shooting involving his officers a bit more than a week ago. He said the teenager shot had been planning a mass shooting. Police say the teenager, identified as Blaze Ball Mason, called 911 and told dispatchers he was planning to shoot up the Conoco gas station at Havana and Alameda. Police say he also threatened to shoot officers. Once on the scene, police fired foam rounds. They say at that point the teenager charged them, keeping his hands hidden. That's when an officer fired. Today, Chief Chamberlain defended his officers.
But I want to be very, very crystal clear on this. This was not a call based upon somebody who was in mental crisis. This was a call based on an individual who said that he was going to commit mass shootings and mass violence.
Police say the 17-year-old did not have a gun when he was shot and killed. The 18th Judicial District's Critical Incident Response Team has been investigating the shooting, and Aurora police are doing their own internal investigation. Sheridan police released body camera video today of the moment that their officers shot and killed a man who was threatening people with a machete along a bike path. Warning, some people may find this video kind of tough to watch.
No! Drop the knife! No! Drop it! I didn't do nothing! Drop the knife!
Pause the video there at the end. This happened last night around South Clay Street and North Drive near the Bear Creek Path. Callers told dispatch the man had threatened 2 people already. When officers arrived, they say the suspect ignored demands to drop the machete and move toward them. They said they tried to use a taser, but it didn't work. Then both officers involved fired their guns. The man was taken to a hospital where he later died. Critical Incident Response Team is now investigating that shooting. 2 officers are on administrative leave, which is standard. This afternoon, Sheridan Police Chief Jeffrey Martinez released a statement saying in part, quote, "We ask that each of you allow all the facts to be discovered, reviewed, and adjudicated prior to demonizing anyone involved in the incident. The job of every police officer is extremely difficult." The chief said, "I can assure you that this is the last action our officers want to take while serving our citizens." New tonight, we're getting a look at how authorities stopped a wanted man at the center of an Amber Alert in Chaffee County. Chaffee County Sheriff's Office and Salida Police Department were issued a be on the lookout for, a BOLO, yesterday for a truck driven by Philip Torres. He's the non-custodial father of a 14-year-old. Investigators say a license plate reader tracked the truck to Poncha Springs. Then officers started getting calls from downtown Salida. They started a chase. Torres took off, at times they say going more than 100 miles per hour before spike strips were used. Officers took Torres into custody and rescued his son from the truck. Torres is facing a number of charges and remains in the Chaffee County Jail tonight. President Trump's hand-picked federal prosecutor to go after former FBI Director James Comey is a former Coloradan. NBC News reports Lindsay Halligan presented that case to secure the indictment against Comey on her own after other prosecutors in the office warned her the case is not strong enough. Halligan is Trump's former personal attorney. She's an insurance attorney who has never prosecuted a case. She grew up in Colorado. She went to Holy Family in Broomfield, then to Regis before she got her law degree. She was also a finalist for Miss Colorado. Trump put her in position to prosecute Comey just last weekend. The previous person in that job was pushed out when he refused to bring the case that his prosecutors didn't think they were likely to win. A senior Justice Department official told NBC News that career prosecutors in Halligan's office sent her a memo documenting why they believe probable cause does not exist to secure an indictment against Comey. Still, Halligan brought charges of obstruction of a congressional proceeding and making a false statement to Congress. This is all related to testimony that Comey gave to the Senate Judiciary Committee in 2020. Today, President Trump praised his prosecutors and slammed Comey.
He's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it.
Time became an issue in this case because there's a 5-year statute of limitations on charges against Comey for this that was set to expire early next week. Today, President Trump threatened even more indictments of his political enemies. Trump said he doesn't have a list, but he thinks more are coming. Nexstar Media Group has joined Sinclair Broadcast Group in bringing Jimmy Kimmel's Late Night Show back to local TV. This ends a days-long TV blackout in dozens of U.S. cities. Disney, which owns ABC, suspended Kimmel last week, citing comments that Kimmel made after Charlie Kirk was killed. Kimmel said that people in the MAGA movement were trying to capitalize on the murder. The announcement that ABC was taking Kimmel off the air came hours after FCC Chairman Brendan Carr criticized Kimmel and threatened regulatory action against ABC's stations. Afterward, Nexstar and Sinclair said they would independently pull Kimmel's show. So while Disney reinstated Kimmel on Tuesday, both those companies refused to put him on the air until today. We should mention Nexstar, which owns Fox 31 here in Denver, is currently seeking government approval to acquire Tegna, which owns 9 News. Nexstar's CEO has said that multiple stations in the same city will be combined.